We are living in a world where we are overstressed, overworked, overmedicated, and we're allowing anxiety, fear, and depression to run our lives. It's time we take a different kind of prescription to help remove our pain and get us back to living with the energy, focus, and enthusiasm that we all want to have. Every week, I promise to bring you education, strategies, and deep discussions that will help you become more resilient and eradicate stress-induced depression from your life. My name is Ryan Caligiuri, and welcome to the Resilience Prescription. All right, so welcome to today's episode of CY8 as part of the Resilience Prescription. And today I got a story for you. And I know that you guys come here sometimes to be motivated, to feel inspired. I always say I'm not a motivational speaker. Not somebody who is here on purpose to inspire you. Yes, I will inspire. Yes, I will motivate. But sometimes I got to give you a little bop in the face just to give you some perspective. And my clients, you guys know that. I was in the gym today after my workout, and I sit in the sauna, and when I sit in the sauna, I'll look around, there's usually newspapers lying around, so I'll grab a newspaper, flip it open, and just read it really quickly, kind of skim the headlines, see what's going on. And this one story today stood out to me. But what was very, very different about this story was that there was a paragraph in that story that literally made me feel like something switched in my brain. Something flipped. And I realized something very deep that I think we come to terms with, or we understand at bits and pieces throughout our lives, but we forget it. And when I read this line, I felt that flip in my head, and all of a sudden, certain things that I've been thinking about became very clear to me. And all of a sudden, fear just went away. The fear that I had for certain things just went away. I want to read this story to you and see if the same perspective shift happens for you. The story is called Stronger Than Anyone. Very short read, but I'll quickly summarize it for you. A terminally ill cancer patient who recorded a video from her hospital bed that urged Canadians to vote has died, the teen's family said. Brent Williamson, who is Madison Yetman's uncle, says in a Twitter post that the young Winnipeg woman died Saturday. Yetman's video in October, made shortly after her diagnosis at age 18, showed her holding up cards with handwritten messages saying that she managed to vote in advance of the October 21st election despite having terminal cancer. The final card said, #What's your excuse? Within hours of being posted, it was viewed more than 47,000 times. A message posted on Yetman's social media account Sunday said that in lieu of flowers, mourners should donate to the Nature Conservancy of Canada. This is the line that got me. This is the line that flipped in my brain and all of a sudden just kicked fear out and made me have some perspective. Some real perspective. Yetman had been feeling sick for a few days, with achy bones and sore joints when her family got together for brunch on October 6th. They took her to a medical clinic when her symptoms worsened. Soon after, she was admitted into the Health Science Center cancer ward. Within 5 days, Yetman learned she had a type of cancer called sarcoma, and it had spread through her body into her blood and bone marrow. She was given days to weeks to live. Yetman had been looking forward to voting in her first federal election since junior high and cast her vote from her hospital bed. "If I can find the time to vote, you can find the time to vote," Yetman said in the video. There's a little picture of her there. 18-year-old woman. Young woman. 18 years old. You think you got the whole world ahead of you. 18 years old. At 18 years old, she thinks she's got 60, 70 years left. November 17th, she passes away. October 6th, she goes in the hospital. 5 days later, October 11th, she finds out she has cancer. She has days and weeks to live. You're talking 2 months ago. This young woman thought she had the entire world at her fingertips. 2 months ago. And in less than a month and a half, she finds out that she's got days, weeks to live. I put a massive perspective shift in my brain. Massive. I'm going to ask you, what's your problem? How privileged do you feel to have life? This young woman, Madison Yetman, is no longer with us. 2 months ago, she thought she had 70 years left. How many years do you think you have left? 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 90 years, some of you. You don't know that. So what the hell are you waiting for? Why aren't you setting goals? What do you want your finances to look like? What do you want your relationships to look like? What do you want your career to look like? What do you want your health to look like? What are you waiting for? Why are you sitting on the couch waiting? Why are you saying someday I'll do that? As far as I've looked, there's no such thing as someday on the calendar. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's no someday. Pick a damn day and take action. It's really like, I am not immune to this, by the way. I just want to point that out. I'm just like any of you where I'll sit there and I'll say, you know what, I'll get to this someday, or I'll put this off till tomorrow. And man, I hate that. I hate that because I expect better of myself. And when I read a story like that lights a fire under my ass to say, Caligiuri, you have no idea how much time you have on this planet, so don't waste time. Don't let fear kick your ass. Whatever it is you want to do, do it. Fight your ass off to do it. Fight as if you have a limited amount of time on this planet, because you do. The only difference is most of us don't realize it. We think we have an infinite amount of time. No, we do not. We have a finite period of time, and this story here reminds me of it. Look at her. 18 years old. 18 years old. Probably looking forward to having a great summer. Probably couldn't wait for Christmas, New Year's. She wasn't even thinking of this. 2 months ago, she was on this planet. 2 months ago, she thought she had a bright future ahead of her. And in less than a month, she's gone. And I'm not telling you this story to bring you down. That's not my objective today, is to bring you down, to activate something in your mind that's worrisome or anxiety in you. No, that's not my perspective. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to give you is a perspective shift to make you realize that you have life. Today, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you have a life. Use it. Do something you've been wanting to do. And this is the motivational part, but you don't need this crap. You know what you want to do. You know what you've been putting off. You know what you've been scared of doing. Do it. You want to start a new hashtag? Hashtag do it for Madison. Seriously. That story left a lasting impression on me, and we always get little things like this. Whenever we have funerals or a close friend passes away, we're always reminded of this. But how quickly, how soon thereafter do we forget? Don't forget it this time. Remember that we have a finite period of time on this planet to do what we want to do. So think for a second. Sit down and really think. If you have 3 months left on this planet, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to start to build? Start putting those plans in action. Start dedicating at least 8 15-minute blocks in a day, 2 hours in a day to start moving towards that. Whatever you can do, get off your ass, get moving, have the courage to make that tough decision, have that tough conversation. Find the self-discipline to get yourself in the gym, change your eating habits. Don't wait for someday, start today. That's your CYA takeaway for today. A little perspective shift, something I want all of you to think about. It's something that I'm going to think about all week, and I hope that I can keep this story top of mind with me as I go throughout my day, throughout my month, throughout my year. In fact, I'm going to keep this story in my office just to remind me of how precious my life is and how precious your life is. And I'll make sure I give you that perspective shift every once in a while. But in any case, I know that you didn't get the motivational, inspirational talk today, but sometimes, like I say, you just need a little bop in the face. It's funny, actually. I remember this when I was fighting. Sometimes when I was fighting, I was kind of in a daze. You know, you're just kind of fighting, kind of going through the motions until someone just right in your nose. And they get you in the nose, and all of a sudden the blood comes out, and you taste your own blood, and you're just like, okay, I'm in a fight, and it wakes you up. That's kind of what that did to me today. Kind of a bop in the nose. It made me realize, holy, what am I waiting for? Let me start taking some action and let me get to this. There's your perspective shift for today. There's your CYA takeaway for today as part of the Resilience Prescription. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers, share it on social media. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is going to be effective for you. Let me know if you've had something like this similar in your life. I'd love to hear from you. In any case, take care. We'll catch you tomorrow. Love you all.